YouTube? This is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we've got your Week 11 starting set video for the wide receiver position. Now remember, there are 4 teams on a bye. You've got the Saints, Falcons, Colts, and the Patriots. So, of course, you've got to account for those players. If you haven't already, check out our other starting sit videos to help you guys there. If you have questions for your lineup, always hit us up in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and like button while you are at it. Now, these are your obvious wide receivers you should start, whether it be plenty of targets their way, the clear-cut wide receiver one, or they have great matchup. These guys should be in your lineup with no hesitation. Now, the first receiver I'm going to mention as a good start is going to be DJ Moore versus the Lions. More truthers are just as pumped as I am with the fact that Justin Fields is now back. But with hesitation, Fields is going against a Detroit team that's pretty good. They will have to be forced to throw a lot, so that is a positive thing for DJ Moore. And Fields is coming back from an injury that is dealing with his fingers and hands and thumbs. And again, I'm not expecting a large amount of strong throws, deep throws, anything like that from Fields. I do expect some rust, of course, being out. But what I'm excited about is the fact that Fields is somebody that, again, has his legs. He can make some big plays, forcing Detroit to play in a more zone-like defense to keep someone spying him, looking at him at all eyes. Because if they play in man-to-man and you got to turn your back to Fields, he always has that capability of running, which allows DJ Moore to sit in zones, get opportunities. He's going to be force-fed targets. Him and DJ were great. They had a great connection prior to Fields getting hurt. And just last week, Keenan Allen just had 40 points. I'm not expecting a 40-point game out of DJ Moore, but the fact is Detroit can give up those type of performances and plays. I like DJ Moore a lot this week. I'm expecting a 15 to 18-point range for him. Now, another receiver I like is going to be Tyler Boyd versus the Ravens for the Thursday night game. Look, Boyd had a great game last week. Now, obviously, as a Bengals fan, you were very upset with him. He had a touchdown, clear-cut touchdown that he unfortunately dropped and probably lost the game for them. But with that said, and as far as fantasy, he had a great game in fantasy, and he has another good matchup here. The Ravens are a defense that is allowing some opportunities. There's points. I think the last 3 games are allowing 15 points a game, which is where I kind of see Boyd in this one. Boyd's going to be a nice, solid wide receiver too this week because of the opportunities he'll have. Because Chase is still going to get a lot of the focus and in double teams and things like that. So Boyd being really the slot, maybe on the outside with Irwin kind of mixing back in, should see opportunities. And if you guys want to be sneaky, maybe you put some Irwin in there to kind of see what kind of plays he'll do for you. But I like Boyd a lot this week. Last receiver is going to be Brandon Ayuk versus the Bucs. I had Ayuk last week as well. Ayuk has got a great matchup this week against the Bucs. Bucs are allowing 19.5 points a game to wide receivers, allowing a touchdown per game to wide receivers, and the Bucs will do their best to try to keep up with the 49ers' explosive offense. With that said, if they are able to try, and again, not get blown out by that defense, they'll allow Purdy to actually be forced to throw. I do expect this game to be a little bit closer. I think the Bucs offense can do a little bit better than the Titans. The Jaguars, only because the offensive line is a little bit better for Tampa than it is for Jacksonville. So with that said, I do think Baker's going to keep this game a little bit closer. I don't think it's going to be close enough for it to actually be a game that Purdy has to throw a lot. But I do think Purdy's going to target Ayuk plenty. I think he's going to get plenty of receptions, probably 6 to 7 in this game, and I expect at least 1 touchdown, so I really like him this week. Now, receiver I'm going to sit this week is going to be Jordan Addison versus the Broncos. Denver, as of late, have actually been really good defensively. I know they had that really bad game early in the season where they allowed 70 points to the Dolphins, but if you look past that matchup, they've actually done a really good job. Sean Payton has been able to get the whole team kind of turned around. So in the last, 5 games, I think it's been, they're allowing only 9.5 points to wide receivers, which is crazy. And a lot of it, I will contribute to the fact that Patrick Surtain is an amazing cornerback and going to really cover the wide receiver one, allowing, the rest of the defense to play the way they need to. Jordan Addison, as good as he is, he's a rookie. He's going to be learning. He's still learning this game. He's going to have some opportunities. Don't get me wrong. He's going to get some targets. I just don't expect a big game out of him. Again, maybe 10 points, maybe 12 points. I don't expect Jefferson in this game, even though he's practicing and there's potential. I expect him to miss one more game. So again, Addison is the clear-cut wide receiver one, being covered by Surtain. I am sitting him this week. Another receiver I'm sitting is Amari Cooper versus the Steelers. A lot of this has to do with the fact that now Watson's out for the season. You got the rookie Dorian in there. That is what worries me the most, right? Like PJ Walker, I would have felt a little bit more confident. I get why the Browns are putting in Dorian. He's explosive. He's, dynamic. They want to see what he can possibly do. PJ Walker did okay, filling in for Watson, but I understand why they're going that route. But the fact is, this is a tough matchup. Steelers are about an average defense. Like, they're going to allow some opportunities. Mari Cooper may be able to take, some advantage of that. But my worry is the Steelers' pass rush is really good. Cam Hayward, right? Highsmith. Of course, TJ Watt, like, they're going to get after the rookie. And unfortunately, with that said, he's going to be put in positions where he's going to throw the ball early, throw it away, or get sacked. And unfortunately, I don't think that's going to help Amari Cooper at all. I'm going to sit him this week. Now, the last receiver I'm going to sit this week is going to be Adam Thielen versus the Cowboys. A lot of it's just going to be the fact that the Cowboys have been defensively one of the better teams in this league. They're allowing only 12.5 points to wide receivers. And this is going to be a matchup again where Bryce Young has not played very well. He's behind an offensive line that isn't great. Dallas's defensive line across the board can get to the quarterback. And that's going to put situations, just like I mentioned with Dorian against the Steelers. Bryce is going to be in a situation where he's going to have to run, short passes. They're going to try to run with the ball a little bit just to kind of help keep this defense a little bit honest. But this is not a game that I trust at all for the Carolina Panthers. Not a game I trust Thielen at all. Now, my sleeper of the week for this week is going to be Christian Kirk versus the Titans. Christian Kirk continues to be the really favorite target for Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, you would love for it to be Ridley, but unfortunately, Ridley has not performed well at all. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if teams are still truly double teaming him or, covering him and putting their best player. I get it. But Christian Kirk, being the slot machine that he is and how great he has been and that rapport that he's got already with Trevor Lawrence, this is a great opportunity for him against the Titans. Titans have allowed in the last 3 games 20.2 points in fantasy and 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games. So again, touchdown opportunities. He's going to get plenty of targets his way. I think a 16 to 18 point range is not really crazy for him. I think he can get that kind of performance. I really like Christian Kirk as my sleeper. So as my start, sits, and sleepers for week 11. If you guys have questions for your lineup, hit us up in the comments down below. If you're still doing trades or maybe you're in Dynasty, you have some questions for Dynasty, hit us up in the comments. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button while you are here. Check out our other start and sit videos, and I'll check you guys out next time.